where did they originally, where were they born and where did they live before they came to America?
Your grandmother and your grandfather were born in Palermo, Sicily. But I know Grandpa made a trip over here first, okay? He scouted around to get a job and a place to settle. Then he went back and got Grandma. In the meantime, they had 2 children in Italy, okay? In Sicily. Now they're buried here with all their friends that came from Italy in the neighborhood. He's with all his paisans, the railroaders, everybody. Yep, I picked this place, Kevin.
Good.
When the time, you know, when it happened. And it was difficult for some of the people to do this. Somebody's got to do it, so I did it. But all his, you know, he was the president of the Italian-American Club, Democratic Club. The reason he became president, he could speak English better, and he could read and write English. So they made him the president. And you know what? They bought 2 homes. They didn't have nothing when they came here. Kevin, I got to put it this way. They were so poor when they came here, being broke wouldn't even help them. You got that one? They were poor. You got it on the internet. What do you have in his pocket? $4?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. But anyway, he's here with Mr. Franco, Mr. D'Alessio, you name them all. They look around, they're all his friends. All railroaders. I think he put in like maybe 55, 60 years working on the railroad. Mom, she was a housewife. What else could she do? She made 12 children, that's what she made. And we were all pretty successful. I finished 7th grade.
So, and
I went promoted to 8th, Northeast Junior High School.
And when you went, you didn't go back to school then?
Never, no.
And what happened at that point in time?
Well, at that point in time, Kevy, I tried to get a job. And I was a job hopper. I was always looking to get advanced, but sometimes I get kicked in the butt. It wouldn't work out. But I was always looking to go forward. And I couldn't, you know, jobs were hard to get. There wasn't too much in the making. You couldn't get a steady job. You'd hop around, you'd help this guy or help that guy. You didn't have a permanent place, Kevy. It was hard. Well, then World War II came along, okay? Well, all my buddies were leaving, and I figured, well, here I am. Before they call me, I'm going, because I knew I was in line anyway, so I enlisted.
And how old were you?
I was 17. I lied my age for 18. Next thing you know, I was in Camp Landing, Florida, okay, which is outside of Jacksonville, just a few miles. And I pulled my basic training there.
So you landed in Naples?
I landed in Naples, Italy.
And what was the first place what did you have to do then?
Well, they took you off the ship, and I'll tell you, it was a sight just to see that place. You wanted to turn around and come home. I mean, all the buildings blown apart, ships laying on their side. In fact, we used I don't know what kind of a ship was, but we used it. It was capsized, and we used that for a gangplank to get off.
Really?
From the other one. We went to a place called Santa Maria, okay? Then we stayed there for another night, and then from Santa Maria, we went up maybe 5 miles above that, and that was a replacement center, okay? A replacement center is, hey, those guys are up there fighting. If they lost 50, they come down and get 50.
They get 50.
Okay. So I was there, and it was just, you didn't do nothing but work on equipment all day long. And I'll tell you, Italy is a hot place. I was there during the hottest month, July and August. Well, they got us up there, and they said, here, you're replacing so many guys out of the 91st Division, okay? Good. I said, what company are you in? What company am I in? And they had guys that picked you up, and he says, you're in Company I. Okay. So they said, you're a first scout, you had the training. Then I had a Mexican with me. He was a second scout, okay? Now, these jobs play a very important role. And I want to tell you, Kevin, you couldn't have met a nicer group of guys in your life. It's not like
things just happened recently with Vietnam or Korea. These guys were all get together. It was like a family. When the cards were down, everybody was with you, okay? There was no fighting. I never heard no fighting, no arguing, nothing. Even when we had time off, it was just a happy family. They said tonight, we're heading for Pisa, Italy, okay? That's where the Leaning Tower is, Kevin. Okay, so we got in. I made a couple passes in there in a couple nights. Got some information. It's hard to believe this, Kevin, that I did this stuff. But I was young, never afraid, never afraid. If I had to do it now, you know what I'd tell them? And we got messed up during the night, okay, on directions. And I says, hey, he says, we're wrong. I said, we're wrong. The Chico says, wait a minute, this is what you gave us back there. Here's the degrees. We're way off. We're way out of school here. You got us in the wrong direction. He said, no, I don't. He said, you listen to me. He said, I'm a superior officer. He said, yeah, we know that. I said, but you're still wrong. I said, you see that farmhouse down there? It was breaking day. I said, there's a good place for an OP. It was an observation post to get the hell, you know, to get set up a little bit so we can get out of here. The lieutenant says, well, I don't know about that. He said, but we'll try it anyhow. I said, well, we all got in there, right? We were looking for what they had. Well, we got in, Kevin, and we never come out. We just never come out of there. Because as soon as all of us got in the building, they started firing everything at us. They threw a potato masher in through the window, and I jumped into a closet. And those little farmhouses, Kevin, hey, they had walls like this. And next thing you know, they had us all surrounded. There's no two ways about it. And the guy spoke English. He said, get them all out here. Don't use no guns. Drop everything he's got. And put us in a line in the meantime as they got us lined up, right? No, this is, like I said, daybreak. They got guys behind us trying to get us, our own troops. And they started shooting in at us to get them. You understand? Mm. He said, you don't stop telling them to shoot. He said, we'll kill all of you right now. Well, you would have heard 13 guys holler, Kevin. And I told them, and that was it. Cab driver says, you want a cab? I said, yeah. He asked the other guy, another guy, says, you want a cab? Yeah. He asked the other guy, you want a cab too? Yeah. Well, next thing we had 5 guys, right? Couldn't get no more. Where are you going? I'm going to West Reading. Where are you going? I said, check them out first, see where they're going. This guy, where are you going? Cotton Street. Where are you going? Towards Temple. Where are you going? Guy up in the Skyline Drive somewhere. I can't even tell you where he got off at, Kevin. I lost that. I said, leave me off. I'll tell you where to leave me off. Don't leave me off in front of my house. I said, Jesus, to myself, I said, she'll have a heart attack. You know what I mean? I start walking through 9th Street and I head down Windsor. Who do I see? A lot of the gang at 8th and Windsor. Oh, man, they start hugging and kissing, you know. Were you home yet? I said, no. I said, I'm just breezing in. What are you doing walking? I told him. He said, why don't you have the guy bring you right to the house? I said, no. Well, you want a hand? I said, no. I'm going to go in like this. I walk up through. Nobody out front. The old man wasn't around. I don't know where the hell he was. I walked in. Nobody's in the house. Finally, I hollered. Now, I didn't get back to the kitchen part yet. She's there doing dishes. I hollered, is anybody home? Kevin, I swear, you never heard nobody hollering in all your life like she did. She come flying in there, boy, I want to tell you, grabbed me and hugged me and crying. When did you get in? We didn't know nothing. You know, what are you worried about? I'm here. I said, I tried to call you. I said, and that phone was busy all the time. She said, no. She said, we weren't on the phone. We have a party line. That's why I couldn't get on.
That was a party line.
It wasn't, hey, I don't believe I was in that house 10 minutes, Kevin. All of 8th Street was there.
Yeah.
the neighbors, all friends, you know, and hey, I didn't even get time to unpack. I had stuff in my suitcase I wanted to get out, you know.
Big shindig then.
Huh?
Big shindig.
Big
then.
shindig right there.
I'd appreciate one other guest currently with us that I'd like to introduce, and I'd appreciate it if I could have the members a little extra attention for this, please. Thank you. Located to the left of the rostrum, as a guest of Representative Maloney, speaker's honored to welcome World War II veteran Corporal Dominic Martorana. After enlisting in the United States Army at age 17, he was deployed to the European theater where he served in the 91st Division under the 5th Army. Corporal Martorana served as a scout to determine the enemy's location and movements. In August of 1944, he and his squad were captured outside Pisa, Italy, and they remained in a German prison camp for 16 months. For his distinguished service, he was awarded the Purple Heart, Bronze Star, POW Medal, World War I Victory Medal, and the European African Middle Eastern Campaign Medal. He is here today with his son and daughter-in-law, Kevin and Sandra Martorana. Welcome to the Hall of the House. Thank you for your service. I would note for the record that he jumped up out of his chair to boot, still ready to go.